Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everybody around the world. Welcome back to another One Piece video featuring your girl, Jewelry Bonney. Get ready for a very, very spicy deck profile featuring OP07, and which is, what, like 9 days? Like 9 days around the corner? Yeah, like 9 days. In any case, OP07 is going to change up the metagame, not only for this leader entirely, but we're getting a whole bunch of new leaders here in the format. Sakazuki's finally out, he's banned. So we need new decks to come through and shake up the metagame. Bonney, new support for Doflamingo, we have Boa coming into play. We have a lot of stuff to look forward to. But today, we're going to dive into this list, see what I got cooking up here. We're going to top in what my deck's looking like here. Without further ado, let's get into it. Now, when it comes to this deck, she can be built in numerous different ways. Today, we're going to talk about a little bit of her top-end pieces in Eustace Kid, Doflamingo, Rosinante, Hody Jones, and Zoro. Yes, everybody is familiar with fortress builds for Eustace Kid. In today's video, we are going to go over a build that I've cooked up here with Bonney that utilizes Kid to his full potential, let alone a little bit of Rosinante action and Doflamingo. I know, spicy. Now, the way this is going to work with Kid in this deck, he allows you to consider you are a 5-life leader. You kind of play this a little bit like you would as Uta. You start building up hand size, you protect the Kid, you do a lot of beneficial things and make sure this card gets value. We all know how Fortress works. But the upside to playing Fortress now in this metagame is we have a big bad leader who is no longer part of our meta anymore. Sakazuki is gone. The whole bottom decking shenanigans with blue and black is no longer a thing unless you're playing, Rebecca. But overall, Sakazuki not being here anymore is very less consistent. So Kid has an opportunity of staying on board a lot longer than previously. Of course, we have other decks in the format such as Rob Lucci and Gecko Moria, but they still have to do a lot to just remove Kid, and then possibly you can slap down Doflamingo the following turn or another Kid following turn. They gotta do quite a bit to actually remove these cards consistently as to Sakazuki. Now, at the end of the day, we are going to be running with Doflamingo here as well. This is a very, very strong card in green decks, in Perona, in Uta, and Bonney. It allows you to rest up to 3 of your opponent's characters and or leader at once, which is very strong. Allows them not to be able to be activated on the following turn as well, so they're locked down. And then Rosinante finally has value. Everybody has been sleeping on this card, myself included, but there has been some spicy decks out there prior to Bonney being a thing, where I've seen some people, splash him in certain decks. He does okay, but now that we finally have access to more 5-drops, things get a little bit more interesting. So if you notice in OP07, we gain access to 2 new 5-drop cards, which are very, very strong in Bonney, if I can spell today, which are Supernova, such as Cavendish and Jewelry Bonney herself. These are going to be our prime 2 targets that we can play down for free with Rosinante, and some of our key pieces here in this metagame. Again, we are going to be playing into a lot of black decks, Rob Lucci, Gecko Moria, Perona, give or take, where this card will get a lot of value. You might not see it now, but considering this meta has shifted and Sakazuki is no longer here anymore, you're going to see Jewelry Bonnies run around with Rosinantes, and this card in itself allows all of your 5-drop characters to not be KO'd by card effects. They can still be bottom decked, but they cannot be KO'd, which is really, really good. And considering black decks do just that and KO everything, Rob Lucci, Gecko Moria, as long as you have this on board, all of your 5 costs are protected until they pop this first, which is really, really strong. Now, with that being said, we do have access to Hody Jones and Roanoa Zoro. Both of these cards are very, very strong in Jewelry Bonney. I wanted to build a deck that didn't have to utilize Hody Jones or didn't have to utilize Roanoa Zoro. I feel like this is a win more card, especially if you're playing into yellow matchups. So Enel, Katakuri, this is a very, very strong card in those particular games. When it comes to black decks, they're just going to pop this one way or the other. If they don't, they typically can lose the game. He is a win more card. It's just 9 costs can be a little bit more expensive. And considering it's not Doflamingo, where he has an on-play effect automatically, he does a thing, or Kid, he does a thing, Zoro is, please don't touch me until next turn. So, if you survive, yes, he does a lot of damage. But, can you get to that point? Now, Hody Jones has an on-play effect as well. He rests up to 2 characters, or 2 Dawn on your opponent's side of the board, has Rush. He's quite strong in this deck. Being a 5-life leader also makes him shine a lot more than supposedly like Yamato, for instance. But overall, we're going to take a peek at my deck list here and see what we got cooking up. Now, again, this list is going to be a mixture of Doflamingo, or Don Quixote Pirates, and Supernova. So we're going to be using double searches today with Baby 5 and Jewelry Bonney. And we have 12 2K counters, be it Scratch Minapoo. We run Baby 5 and Viola. You can opt to run 10, which isn't too bad. You can opt to run 10, take down, you know, like Viola, Baby 5, or what have you, and then upping something else in this list, or taking something out of this list if you don't want it. But I do think 12 is a very, very nice number. I try to keep it around like 12 2Ks just because we are running Kid, and Kid is kind of one of our win conditions here in the deck. Now, in any case, we've gained access to new cards, right? Cavendish and Mad Monk. I'm not going to try to butcher his name because I always end up butchering his name, but you guys know who this is. Both of these cards allow Bonney to do a thing. And speaking of Bonney, if you don't know what her ability is, it's once per turn when your opponent attacks you, you can spend 1 Dawn, rest up to any of your opponent's characters, leader or character, on their side of the field, which is really, really good. Now just be mindful, because you guys will be playing at locals every now and then. You cannot rest the attacking character, okay? You cannot rest the attacking leader. If something attacks you on your opponent's turn, when they declare an attack, then you can activate this effect, all right? Be mindful of how that's played. Now, with Cavendish here, you have a very, very cool curve with Eustace Kid. Let's say you go second, right? And you're at that 8 Dawn mark, and you want to play down Eustace Kid on board. Let's say you have Cavendish already on board. You can slap down the Kid, but now you can attach a Dawn to it. If you swing with Cavendish, you stand up 2 rested Dawn. So now you have a Dawn that you can put on Kid, so Kid can do his thing, which is really, really cool. So going first or going second, it matters not when you have Eustace Kid with Cavendish on board already, which is very strong. Now, Kid also has his on-play effect, where you can rest him, you can put a card of 3 or less, on the field. And we typically are only running Rosinante here, just to make sure that Kid can be protected. There's no other reason why this card's in this list. He's just there to protect Kid, protect Dofi, protect some of your bigger bodies. That's really it. He's very useful against black decks. And again, with less bottom decking going around, he has a lot more value. Now, we do have access to the Mad Monk, who is a 4-cost unit, and which will always give you benefits. This essentially is a Doflamingo leader. Now, Mad Monk has a similar ability to Dofi. Instead of 2, he allows you to restand 1 active Dawn at the end of your turn. So now you always have a way to play Bonney's effect, which is really, really nice. Now again, these guys are blockers. You're not normally going to be attacking with them. Regardless if they're rested or not or what have you, their effect will always go off as long as they are on the field, which is really good. But overall, your opponent is going to want to remove these as soon as possible, because this does enable you to always have your leader ability active at the end of your turn. Now, our other 5-drop that we gain access to is Jewelry Bonding here. This is a very, very strong card. It's similar to one of the ones we already have in blue. And if you guys are familiar with this, you might not be, considering a lot of people don't play blue, but you've gained access to Boa. This does the exact same thing as Boa does, except for Boa can bounce back a 1-cost or less character to the bottom of the owner's deck. But she also makes it where she can choose any character on your opponent's side of the field and they cannot attack to the end of the next turn. Bonney has a similar ability, but that character has to be rested. So Bonney can only target rested characters. Boa can target whatever, but this also can target rested Dawn. So if you're playing against Katakuri, for example, and they're going to go up to 10 Dawn the following turn, if you play down a Bonney, you can rest one of their Dawns, or you can target one of their rested Dawns that does not refresh on the following turn. Therefore, they cannot play down 10-cost Big Mom. You can also do this on curve against decks that want to play Gecko Moria. You can stall them out for a turn doing that as well, which is really, really interesting. But overall, this list, I think, is going to be adapted in multiple different ways. We're going to see a lot of different build paths for Bonney, and I think she's going to do really, really well in OP07. But we're going to talk about 2 more cards here before we dive into a bunch of games today. Basil Hawkins, if you guys are playing up against Gecko Moria, Rob Lucci, Perona, any black deck, in this current format, this is going to do really, really well. And we're not talking against, like, it doesn't work very well against Black Yellow Luffy because he doesn't have removal. But any other black deck in the format, this is going to be very, very good due to the fact of what this card can do on board. If this character was to be removed from play, whether it's bottom decking it, whether you're KOing it, or what have you, it gains an extra life, essentially. So you have to do it twice to be in order to be able to remove it. Now, what it does instead, it allows you to rest up to any of your opponent's characters instead of this card going to the trash or being removed, which is really strong. And he's also a blocker. Now, of course, he doesn't gain blocker unless you have a supernova leader, i.e. Bonney, but he does a thing against RP Law as well. So, do keep that in mind. And then, of course, we've added in Law, which allows you to restand your 5-drops if they've already attacked. So, in other words, you could attack with Cavendish, or you can drop down, 8-cost Rosinante to play down the Law. You can attack with your Cavendish that's already on board. The Law's effect could essentially restand your Cavendish and do things all over again, which is really interesting. But overall, let's dive into a bunch of games today and see what we can do. I'll see you guys in a split second. Let's go. Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get into today's games, I'm going to give a shout out to yours truly, Sleeve Chief, in which if you guys are interested in collecting sleeves, finding good products, Pokemon, One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh, deck boxes, playmats, all of that. They have that and much more. This is a brand new product that's going to be dropping on Sunday, this Sunday at 8 p.m. CEST time. You got yourself your black glossy, your blue glossy, your pink glossy, your white. These are going to be your colored sleeves here, which I'm very, very excited to showcase to you guys. Let alone if you guys are interested in any other types of products here when it comes to One Piece related, they got you covered here as well. You got Rayquaza for Pokemon as well, One Piece with Luffy, Zoro, Law, Katakuri, Gecko Moria, Rob Lucci, Yamato, and yours truly, Doflamingo, in which I own a pair of these. These are fantastic sleeves. You get 70 for $22. This is really, really nice. Let alone, you have foil texture down here over his name, his bounty worth, his glasses. These are really, really nice sleeves. In any case, we'll be diving into today's games. Let's get at it. Once again, thank you, Sleeve Chief. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're going to dive into a bunch of games today, coming at you guys with Jewelry Bonney, playing into OP07, in which I didn't think I would enjoy this deck. I didn't think I would enjoy this leader, because I'm not a big fan of Bonney personally, but the deck and how it's played is very, very fun to me. This might be something I'll be looking to build here in OP07. I'm more so leaning towards Boa myself and Doflamingo, but hey, we got to have some extra decks in the back pocket. Ooh, this is not too bad. We could take another Bonney here. I don't really need the Dofi right now in the early game, because I feel like he's just going to pop the Bonney, and I can always find another Doflamingo here if I need to. But we're really looking for Kid, because obviously I can't take the Dofi. But that does suck, considering we do run 3 Dofis in the deck. We just bottom deck 2 of them. So, needless to say, I probably won't draw into the 3rd. Unless I get super lucky here. But I think Kid in this matchup is probably going to be our saving grace. Because there are a lot of moments where Ace does his little leader effects and he whiffs, right? He doesn't always hit, let's be fair. Unless you're super lucky. See? He whiffed the first one. Awesome. Love to see it. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any Dawn to do our leader effect here, and it doesn't necessarily matter, because one of these Bonnies are going to go to the trash anyway, and I cannot rest the attacking character with our effect no matter what. You only can rest something else on the opponent's board that's not currently attacking. Let's go 5 to face first. See what he decides to do here. He's already at 3 life, so I would think he'd guard this out. Yep, cool. 5. We need to have Cavendish here down on curve, I think, because we go 7 Dawn next turn. And I don't think he has a way to remove this unless he runs 3,000 Worlds. Which might not be too bad. So we can play him down next turn, because that'll push us to 7 Dawn, and then the following turn we can play down Kid. Ooh. Let's go ahead and take another Kid here. We don't really need another Cavendish, because we have 2 in hand. Just in case he runs Red Rock, it might be safe just to take another one. It's weird how the sim says friendly targets. It always confuses me. Go 7. Please miss. So I'm assuming he's got a baby Luffy in hand. Okay, never mind. Just going 7k. Huh. Weird that he did it like this. So I guess we'll rest the Garp here, so Garp cannot kill the Bonney. I still think he has baby Luffy. Yep. I don't know if that was a weird play. I guess he didn't want me to rest the Luffy, but I don't know. I feel like that was a little strange. We draw into our third Doflamingo, which is nice. I think we have to play down Cavendish here, just so we have enough Dawn, and we're ready for Eustace Kid next turn. We can swing in for 9k here. We stand an active Dawn with our Monk, so we have the leader ability ready to go. He takes it. Love to see it. Sure. So how do you go about this? Because he goes up to, what, 8 Dawn this turn? We don't see a lot of big bodies in this deck unless he's running the 10 cost Ace, which is really good here, by the way. But we'll see. Kicks Luffy. Okay. I do like that Luffy. That Luffy is pretty good. So he could remove my blocker with that if he has another baby Luffy to kick that off on board. Of course you do. Not bad. So the way this works is you have to put him in the trash, and if he has 2 life or less, you can KO up to one of your opponent's 4 cost or less characters. So he can pop Bonnie, he can pop my Monk here if he wants to. We're gonna go ahead and rest the Luffy here. There's no point in resting the other one because it's not a activate main rest this character. Just activate the effect. We'll take the damage. I generally like to take a lot of these attacks. Oh wow, you're cool, bud. I like to take a lot of these hits in the early game just so I get enough counter for Eustace Kid. But that does suck, man. Having pudding. Oof. I mean, we draw into... I wish that we could have grabbed him, but, you know, apparently. We can't do that, so... We can't put down Basil Hawkins, though. We can go 7k with Cavendish here. Actually, no, we can't. We need to keep up the Dawn for Bonney effect. So I guess we'll just attack into the Luffy and see what he wants to do. Yep. Can I have another card in hand, please? Cool. Okay. So that's a 5 cost. That's a blocker Ace over there he got rid of, which is nice, I think. Right? Or did he miss 2 and then got 2? I think he missed the first one and got the second 2. This is the third one he's landed, which does suck. And every single one of them has been a Luffy. You're so cool, man. So now... At least this Luffy cannot pop anything on board here, because we are 5 costs and 6 costs. Let's go and activate the leader ability, and we'll rest the 5-drop Luffy. We'll get rid of that real quick. Alright, so there goes that. Swinging at 9k. I want to keep this man on board. This is our only one that we have, and we had other ones, but he ended up shuffling our hand back with pudding. It might have been better to block out with Basil Hawkins as well, but I don't know if he's going to Dawn up like pudding and run into Hawkins or what have you here. He still has a lot of Dawn left to play with. Which, she could go 10k. And then kill it. I hope not, but it's something that he could do. Alright, 5k to face. I'll take this hit anyway. I just want the counter. It's always a possibility that we just draw into another kid here from our life and or, you know, off the top deck. So 7k is coming through with Ace. Yeah, that's fine. You got it. Well, actually, let's block out here because keeping Jewelry Bonnie on board just to fight a kid is probably better. No, we'll keep this as well. This might be super greedy, but I'm hoping we can find one. Or we can just drop Doflamingo here. We can restand 2 Dawn with Cavendish. Yeah, this is fine. Let's do this and do leader. Do Ace. Cavendish can clear the pudding. Because we can't attack the leader because he's a 7k right now. I mean, I could. But I'd be risking both Dawn here. Let's just go 6 into Garp. Sure. I'll pass it up here. So we've got a blocker down still. Cavendish is still alive on board. We have Doflamingo. One more Dofi in hand. I still think we're chilling here. He only has 1 attacker that he can do anything with unless he has another Ace in hand. 7. I think that's totally fine. As much as you may want to block this, I think it's fine just to take the hit. That way we can draw another card. Yep. Another Rosinante. Pops the Luffy. Interesting. I don't know if I would have done that, but I'm not sure what his hand is. Comes another ace. You can't swing with it, you silly goober. That's crazy. I think you should play the ace first, then attack me, then did the leader ability. But go ahead and freeze these 3 again. Let's go 6 lead. We can restand 2 Dawn here. That way we have leader ability ready to go. He still has Viola up. I think we have to go 6k here. Hopefully we can get a 2k counter. I don't know if that would make sense for him to give us a 2k, but because here he has to block, right? Yep. Give me one more Dofi so we can hit the trifecta. That'd be awesome. That pudding really helped out, though, in the long run. I think we would have been probably better off with the kid, but this is working out. Finds himself another one. I love the fact how consistent Ace is now with OP07. You have so many different opportunities to make sure you hit that 5 cost off your leader ability with the Ace and with the Luffy skill. Or sorry, the Luffy from, wow, I'm blanking. From Vegapunk. I forgot what it's called. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Alright, what are you doing now? Okay. Sure. Guess that would make sense. Sure. Oof. That sucks. I think we have to go for game here. He only has 6 cards in hand. He's at a 7k lead. So we can potentially just pepper him with small attacks here. We go 12k with Doflamingo. This will fish out a bunch of cards in hand if he does have them. He's at least 6k counter for the first one. He has to block. He has to counter out. Because if he doesn't, and we get rid of the 5 cost ace on his board, you know, the blocker when he has, we can just don up the rest with Doflamingo and go for game. So, he had to block that one. And now he has to guard out, yep. Well, we should have this. 7. We can go 1 more here, just to be safe. Yep. Thank you. And good game. Got Sabo from that. Sorry, buddy. You know, I haven't really seen a Reiju in a long time, I'll be fair with you. I mean, she did just get some new support in the Sanji, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to make her, you know, a lot more viable. You know what I mean? She has a lot of decks that she has to contend with here in OP07 with Rob Lucci and Gecko Moria. A lot of removal. I get it, we play from the trash and everything, but still. Ooh. We already have all of our top end pieces in hand here, so we're going to start taking all these attacks here for free. So I can just go ahead and stock up cards for Kid. The downside is, hopefully they don't have pudding in this list, because that would suck. But we'll see. In any case, we have to be worried about Niji here in this matchup. Niji can bounce our Mad Monk back to hand, so we won't get a lot of value with Monk while he's on board if she does have access to Niji. There's Reiju. Nope. Drawing cards? Sure. No problem. Now the cool thing about this though is each and every turn we always have a target to rest. Considering, you know, how Reiju plays and how easy it is to spam board with bodies. Let's go ahead and rest a blocker here. I don't really care about, you know, the other one. I feel like she has counter power to protect it anyway. Nice, we get a Cavendish off that. Another Cavendish off that. Love to see it. We'll pop the blocker, then we'll get down our blocker on board. Alright, so there goes that. Let's get this on board. Now remember, we know they had an EG in the trash, so it might be a possibility for her to level up and play him down here to pop this back to hand. I hope not. Okay, there's another Niji. So that sucks. Goes... You attacking? No? Okay, alright. There goes the stage. Kaya. Interesting. I always find it weird to see Reiju's playing down Kaya just to draw 2 trash too. Like, you lose counter doing this, but at the same time, I mean, it benefits you by putting cards in the trash, but still. Because now you have 4 cards left in hand. So she's gonna pop that back to mine. We go up to 6 Dawn next turn. So we'll need to play down Cavendish at the very least in order to be ready for Kid the following turn. Yep. Because remember, we went second here. Sure. We'll rest this. And you can have this attack, it's fine. Rosinante. Another Rosinante. Goodness, man. Sim shuffling in a nutshell, I swear. Okay. 6 Dawn here. We play Cavendish down. We go back up to 3 Dawn. We can swing in with Bonney for 7. I think we're chilling. Let's go for Reiju here. She did trash some cards earlier, so maybe she doesn't have a counter for this. Okay, never mind. It's incorrected. Is it 2-2Ks? Okay, no. Alright. That's not too bad. Cavendish should at least stay on board in this matchup. Unless she's running, you know, Gravity Blade or 3000 Worlds, but I doubt it. Ichiji. Yep. That's fine. I love to see these guys hitting board early. That way Kid's a little bit safer. You know what I mean? Because they minus 2000 power. But we could rest Iniji here, which is probably something we should do. Because everything else can only hit for 6k, where he can go 7. And we're going to take this as well. Another Doflamingo. I'm feeling confident. Let's do it. Bro, like 2 non-counter cards in a row. That does suck. Alright, at least we got one there. That's fine. It's okay. Just get down the Kid. We go 6k. We could go 6k. We'd probably go for the 5 attacker. The 5k attacker here. This one might be likely to go. Okay. Never mind. Can you guard it again, though? I need the Dawn with the Kid, unfortunately. We'll do this. We'll put this here. We'll just go 5k into Reiju as well. As much as I wanted to go 6, I need the Dawn to be able to rest something. In case she does have another Ichiji. I should be chilling. 2, 3... We have 8k counter in hand for the Kid, and 1 blocker on board. Now, unfortunately, we took a lot of hits in this game. Like, intentionally. We definitely wanted to take those. The downside was we got a lot of no counter cards. So, it feels like we're an uphill battle right now. But we should be fine. We can rest this. We can give her a 2k. And Kid stays alive. Just 2 Dawn left to play with. So, Niji can hit for 8k. He's the only other attacker that's going to be able to do anything here. Yep. I was going to say, because she would want to go 8 here. Have to block out. I mean, you can attack me. I don't care. That's fine. Go for it. You got it. I mean, are you mathing? Okay. There's the stage ability. What is that? Another Jeremy Kingdom. Okay. Fair. So they use the stage to trash Germa 6/6 to draw another stage. So we know at least 1 card in hand. So they have 2 other cards. Probably not very much counter. We might be able to do a thing here. Let's drop Dofi. Let's lock down these 3 targets here. We can attack with Cavendish to restand 2 Dawn. Put it on Eustace Kid. And I think we're chilling at that point. Let's go for this first. Yes, I could have attacked Leader and get, possibly did a damage there, but I think she would have just taken the hit and gained an extra card for free. So we can already lock down board and control it a little bit. And we're not really in any danger with the Dophies. We can chain Dophies back to back here to protect the kid. Because we have another one. So I think in this situation, she would just give it to me. Okay, never mind. Alright, see ya. I'll be honest, my body is not ready for this. It's not ready. I mean, this hand is better than our previous hand, though. Can't really complain too much about it. Okay, never mind. Double Doflamingos back to back, man. It just feels bad. Because we know that they're going to do the Perona thing, right? Yup, there it is. We're going to take the hit regardless here, so let's just throw away a 2k counter in which that we would use if we were going to guard. So we'll throw away that and take the hit. Because I was going to take the smack anyway. Draw a Law. Not too bad. So we have Law into Bonney if need be. Another 2k. Okay. Need to find a Jewelry Bonney Searcher here. Or Eustace Kid. This matchup's going to be pretty tough. Let's just go 5 lead. I'm going to try to just pepper him with attacks. You know, like go 5k, go 6ks. I'm not going to really worry about board all too much. First of all, I don't want to give them back the Perona to make sure I can discard another card. I don't want to do that. But I feel like going 5 makes them feel like, okay, 5k, I can guard that. And they'll just give me hand. At least that's my way of thinking here in this matchup. We'll see. 3 cards, or 3 Dawn active, so this means though they have to do leader ability here. Pick no draw cards. What do you got? A Brook, okay, sure. Tempest Kick and a Gecko Moria. Not bad. Hogback, probably. To get back Moria, is my guess. I feel like we've seen this before. Put Absalon on the bottom deck, brand new bottom deck. They draw an Absalon. Okay. Interesting. Arrest this and we'll take the hit. Ooh. We could rest Hogback here. We could. But it really doesn't benefit me because I'm not going to attack into it. I don't want to give him back a Hogback to do the ability again. I think I'd rather just save it and go 5 to face. Brand new is kind of irrelevant here because he has to, you know, put Dawn on it to be useful. So I don't have to worry about resting that either. We're at 6 Dawn here. 4, 5. You go 7 Dawn next turn. We could play down the Bonney and then target the Perona. When he swings, we can essentially rest the Hogback there, or leader, depending on how he chooses to attack. Come on, give me a counter. You know you don't want to take the damage. Nice. Love to see it. That's the one he got back from the Hogback effect, so that's why I was hoping he'd just give it to me, because he knows that we know that he has it. So I chose to rest the Dawn instead of resting the Perona. This way he can't just do combos and pop off everything here with the amount of Dawn he has left over. He needs a lot more cards in order to do that. So he would need like a Rob Lucci and then a Greater Eruption and an Ice Age to pop both things on board here. So he has, what, 6 Dawn active? Rob Lucci costs 2, or 4 of them. So he's got Suru. Okay, and place the Greater Eruption, sure. He can pop that with Absalon. And it seems like Bonney is going to make it safe. Alright, cool. We're chilling. So he's popping that. He's doing a thing. We're resting the Perona. It's going 6. I kind of don't want to go under 2 just yet. I guess I'll guard out for this as well. We don't need the baby 5. We have the Dophies in hand here. That sucks. Oh, actually, you know what? Considering he has 2 cards in hand, I bet you he doesn't have enough Dawn to deal with my Rosinante here. And we draw Basil Hawkins now. Okay. I think we're chilling, guys. Considering what Rosinante allows me to do, I can play him down, drop the Law, and then restand the Bonney. So we have to smack first. And I think we should clear board here, or at least try to clear board. Let's go 6 into 5. If he decides to block out, we'll run Bonney into it as well. He might be thinking, oh cool, I can just res this and play it back down. But I'm totally okay with that. Cool. He gave it to me. Let's go Hogback as well. What a good guy you are. Let's play this. Let's get the law down on board for free. Law can activate ability. Restand this. We can attack into the, whatever his name is. The ugly guy. Yeah, brand new. Kill this. I get it. He's got feelings too, but that's a whole lot of forehead over there, right? Alright, so let's see what happens here. I think we're chilling, because he cannot pop my Law and my Bonney without popping Rosinante first. He has to kill Rosinante before he's able to kill anything else. And so that would mean he needs an Ice Age, Rablucci, some sort of high cost removal. I don't know why he targeted Bonney there. He has to remove him first before he can do that. Interesting. Unless he has a way to remove both of them here, but I doubt it. With 4 Dawn left, 2 cards in hand. Yeah, he doesn't. Okay, cool. What was that, 10k? Okay, you want me to discard a card. Which isn't so bad. We can actually get rid of Doflamingo here. Why do we get rid of the Hawkins? It's tough choices, because we can chain Dofies back to back. It might be better just to get rid of a Dofi. Because we need to use a 0 cost event anyway. So we can get rid of the 2k counter. I know it's probably made more sense to get rid of the Basil Hawkins in that scenario for the 2k, but it's okay. We did get a kid here as well, which is pretty strong. And another Hawkins does suck. It's a lot of no counter cards, boys. But I don't think it matters here. Because all we have to do is clear board. And then play down a blocker. Me attacking gives them cards as well, though. But I have to do this anyway. Probably should attack with Law first there. Or Bonney first, one or the other. If we do Dofi, we just rest the leader. I think we need to do either Kid or Basil Hawkins to survive the following turn. Okay. Can I get another one in? I'm starting to feel he just wants these cards instead of, you know, having the counter. But Kid allows me to do nothing, really, because I don't have any counter in hand to make this even relevant. But we have the Bonney. So he doesn't play with rush units either. My 5-drops are still safe. So I think in this scenario, if he wanted to do removal here, he'd have to pop the Eustace Kid first. Which he has to spend quite a bit of cards to do so. I think we're good here. We don't have counter in hand, though, so that's unfortunate. So Gecko Moria. What would he need here that would be helpful? Because Absalon's not doing anything. He goes for brand new. Doesn't play it on board rested, which is interesting. I think I would have played the Hogback active and brand new, you know, rested, but that's just me. No draw cards. Okay. Okay, drew a Perona from that. Off the Hogback effect. You can't do anything, buddy. What's going on here? I mean, please attack the kid. Like, by all means. Maybe he knows he can't win. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not sure what he had in hand here before he played Gecko Moria down, but if that was his only option in that scenario, then yeah, this game is definitely over. Because all we'd have to do is just play safe. Or if he attacks me here, we rest the Gecko Moria, drop Doflamingo down the following turn. Rest up the Moria, the Perona. We have Kid on board, so I think we're chilling. I think we have to rest this, right? Because otherwise he just clears the Kid. I mean, he doesn't know that. I'm not even sure why he decided to attack with Perona there, to be honest, but what are you gonna do, boys? Because He had time to think about it. He had time not to do it, so I don't know. Maybe he just knows he's cooked. 2 life left. Let's start on this first. We can go 9k here. We go 9k with Rosinante as well. Yep. We do have one more blocker in hand, so we can allow Kid to protect himself for a little bit. If he takes this, we just win game at this point. Okay. Sure. Alright. 3 cards left. Alright, cool, we win. Good try, bud. It was fun. Although, again, our hand was not the greatest, and we still pulled this game out. It's crazy. And it's not even that he played bad. It's, I think Rosinante really did a lot of work here. Really, game, come on here. Thank you. I really need to change those options so I can just select all Dawn and attach to it. Remind me to do that in the next video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this will probably be the last one for the day. And yes, I did forget to change the options already. I just dove right into another game. I totally forgot to do the whole, like, select all the amount of Dawn I want to attach to them instead of one by one. But, again, remind me next video. I'll try to remember. I'll do the best I can. I appreciate you, buddy. Just be nice, alright? Don't cook me too bad. This is going to be a very, very tough matchup for Bonney, I think. Unless he doesn't find a lot of removal here. And I am going to play this match a little bit slow. At least I'm going to try my best. Alright, let's go ahead and go 6k face here. I'm going to try not to swing such big numbers. That way he might be inclined to just take the hit and or guard out. Because, I mean, 5 or 6k is easier to guard, so I'm hoping to get cards out of hand. Unfortunately, he decided to take the first hit, so was not planning for that. Go 6. Weird. He didn't clear my baby 5. That's interesting. Quite aggressive, but okay. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I thought she was going to live one more turn. I was wrong. Let's just throw down Mad Monk here. As much as I want to do like the Bonney thing, I think we need to put a blocker down. Just so we can have him for later. And we have 2 of them, so it's okay if we have to waste one right now. Yep. Yeah. I get it. I could have just attached the Dawn and swung 6 that time. I understand, alright? I didn't think it through at the time. Leave me alone. He could easily remove this. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that he has staged. Yep, cool. Nice. Unless he's just top decked that, he already had it in hand, but I feel like Rob Lucci decks, they kinda either do really well or they do really bad. And I feel like stage is something that enables them to like pop a lot of characters. And without stage, it feels like an uphill battle. Now they have choices. It might have been smarter for them to just attack first and then use Lucci's ability, then play Rebecca to get something back from trash. Perhaps that would have been a better play. So he's at 6. Actually, let's play Bonney here. I know it sounds crazy. We're going to play Bonney, we're going to freeze up a Dawn. He's at 6 Dawn. So he would go to 8 next turn. Instead, he has to go to 7 because I'm going to keep 1 Dawn rested. So if he does have Gecko Moria, he can't play it down right now. Let's use Bonney effect here. Oh, nice. We can get a second kid, which would be great. Or a Law. Let's take the second kid. This way, he knows that we have one, and he'll try to save resources to pop it. At least I hope so. But he's not ready for the second kid. That's the game plan. Going into this now. Alright, so 7 Dawn active. He can't play Gecko Moria now, if he has it in hand. I think he needs to remove my Bonney, or my Monk. Or both of them, if he's able to here. Alright, so we get down to Khalifa. Interesting. So he's going to give myself, or probably give the Monk -2, if I had to guess. Or does he go Bonney here? Because he still has Stage, he has Leader ability as well. So Bonnie's a 3. Stage makes her a 1. Lucci swings, does what? Make her a 0? And then play Brook down to pop it? Is that how you're going to do this? Like, that would make sense, right? He swings here, drops Brook. What are you doing? Oh. Okay, so he doesn't have Brook or any way to pop anything right now. Which, that's huge, actually. I mean, we can rest the Rebecca here. You got this. You can have it. Alright. Well. We're at 9. I think the only thing that we should do here is play down Kid. Because we go 5, we clear the Rebecca blocker. We've been chilling and haven't really attacked all too much into life. We had opportunities to do more damage, you know, like Dawn up leader and swing. But I'd rather try to get bodies on board here and take this match slow and try to control the pace of, you know, the field. We have quite a bit of cards in hand as well. Counter-wise, not so much. I mean, to be fair. We only have 6k counter in hand. 7k counter in hand, sorry. I'm actually surprised Mad Monk survived this long. And no, we're not going to attack with it. That'd be silly. Yeah, that'd definitely be silly right here. Okay, let's do the Kid thing. We'll put the Dawn on the Kid. We don't have any targets in hand, so that does suck, but we do have a blocker still on board. Just last turn, they couldn't even remove the Bonney, so I don't know if they have enough to remove the Kid. So he plays Tempest Kick, -3 on Monk. So that's surely going to go now. -2 on Kid, so Kid's at a 6, Monk's at a 1. This seems more like a Lucci play to me. But he needs a lot more resources here. There's the Ice Age. Okay, so now they're both gone, I assume. He spends 4 Dawn, pops both. Gecko Moria, okay. This should be into the Rob Lucci. I mean, we do have the blockers still, so. Alright, okay, cool. It was smart, though. That was good. It was good that he chose not to attack, because we were just rested the Moria. I mean, we don't have a Doflamingo, but he doesn't know that, so maybe he was trying to prepare for that. So that was good on his part. Let's go 5 the face first. Our Bonnie's not going to get any value here either, considering Moria isn't rested. Which does suck. Even if we had Doflamingo, we'd play Dofi here, but we don't have Dofi. If he did attack, we rest the Moria, and then we play Bonnie down to keep it rested. Alright, so it gives me a Helmeppo. Alright, that's cool. If we play down Kid, we can play down Bonnie for free, but he'll just get rid of the Bonnie anyhow. We don't have any other blockers that we can play down with his ability right now, but he is a body on board he has to deal with. So let's get her down for free. Can we draw something that's relevant? Not really. I guess we probably should take the 2k counter in the Scratch Man on Pooh there. But we'll be fine. We'll be alright. Because still, to get over this, he has to swing in with like Rob Lucci or Khalifa or Leader. If he decides to attack in with Gecko Moria first, we can counter out and then rest one or the other. There's another stage. There's no way you have removal for this right now. Please don't. For 3, so he only can hit me for 6. That can pop that and kill that, sure. I think Kid's good here, guys. And the good thing about it is he doesn't have enough Dawn to divvy up to all his units to be able to kill it, like, successfully. So we can rest this, don't have to deal with that anymore. Give him the 2k counter. Rob Lucci is irrelevant at this point because he can't get past the Kid. But then we just clear board. Just take it slow, man. We don't have to give him free counters here, or free life for no reason. Keep that stalled out. 5 Dawn left to play with. Ah, darn it. I messed up. I messed up. I think I should have played the Cavendish there, instead of giving the Dawn to Kid. And then giving the Dawn to Kid after the Cavendish hit the board. So that's totally my bad. So we end up losing out on that. That's probably due to this misplay. Because now we have 4 Dawn that's just sitting here that I can't do anything with. Let's go ahead and clear the Brook. And I have to try to get rid of this Rob Lucci here. As much as it would benefit me to just play down the Monk. We'll just clear the Rabluchi. Yeah, we'll clear this. Yeah, so in hindsight, I should have attached the Dawn to Kid. I should have just played down the Cavendish there, then used his ability to attach the Dawn to the Kid. That would have been much better, much more efficient. Because we got 2 bodies on board there that turn. Instead, I have to do it next turn and hope the Kid survives here. Which he shouldn't, if he decides to just like Dawn up and go for it. But I don't see him doing that. Alright, so there's an Ice Age. Sure. But you have 1 card in hand here. Could that be the thing you need to pop me? Gecko Moria, trash, okay. I guess we'll just rest a Khalifa here. Go at me for 8k. We can give you a Law here or a Cavendish. Let's give him a Cavendish here. So we have a interesting combo next turn if we need to. He doesn't really draw anything, so he has to discard both of these. He just gets a blocker on board. Rosinante, though. Ooh. Not bad. Let's go 6k here first. I should have smacked him with 5. Let's see what he wanted to do with the Sabo. That's my bad. Alright, Sabo. Make your move. Okay. Real spooky. Now we have a lot of options here, actually. We could play down Rosinante. We can play down Cavendish. I think we have to play Rosinante first here. Yep. This is better because we get more Dawn, so this means a bigger swing. We can attach Dawn to Kid. Let's just clear the Sabo, maybe. No, let's go for Moria. Go for Moria, go for Moria. This way he's inclined to block. Nice. Because if we just went 12k to face, he probably just taken the damage. 2, 3, 4k counter left in hand, 1 blocker on board. We can rest either or if he decides to smack me this turn. So in other words, you can rest Leader or Gecko Moria. I think he needs Gecko, though, to be able to clear the Kid successfully. But he has to remove the Mad Monk. Which has been on board, what, all game, I think? Because he had the opportunity to pop it earlier, but he chose to pop the Bonney when we had Bonney previously. There's Stussy. He could play down Stussy, kill Spandam, then pop the Kid. He could do that. Realistically, that might be the play. And then he can run like Gecko Moria into something. But if he doesn't do that, he has 2 other cards in hand. Stussy has no counter power, right? So we at least know that much. If he doesn't kill the Kid here, I think he loses next turn. So he needs to control board one way or the other. Or try to. But Rabluchi's not going to get through unless he attaches Dawn, so. You got to put some more in there, buddy. It's a little too late now. Like, you have to invest on now. Because you're not doing anything with Stussy now, so you have 2 other cards left. That's probably not going to help you unless you can minus cost reduction to something on board. So you go 6 into Kid. Interesting. I'll rest this. I feel like that wasn't intentional, but I also feel like it was intentional, and I'm trying to figure out why you would do that instead of just attaching Dawn to go 8k into me instead. Okay. So now it's a -3. Sure. Oh, nice. Okay. Sabo is pretty good here. I like that. But now you don't have anything to guard yourself because you only have Stussy in hand with no counter. 2 life left. I'm pretty sure we can just win here. So the downside in that scenario was he couldn't attach Dawn to Lucci to be able to swing over the kid, because he needed the Dawn to play Sabo. Huh. Well, good game, buddy. Well played. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for making it into the end of the video, in which we're going to sit here and talk about the deck list here, changes to it, and what I'm going to be thinking about doing next. Let alone, OP07 is just around the corner. We have about, what, 9 days, 8 days, 9 days? Give or take, somewhere around there. In which pre-releases are also coming up this weekend, so good luck. Hopefully you guys get some good pools. In any case, this has been a list I've been cooking up. I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I hope to see you guys try it out, let alone different variations to it. And I will show you guys another deck I've been cooking up with Bonney here as well. Now, before I get into that, you guys know I put out a lot of Yamato content here on the channel. I never put out a Yamato Fortress build that is to come here, actually. But I've never put out one because I was not a big fan of the double searchers in most decks. Especially, you know, in Yamato and Bonney. Now in Bonney, these do work. Having the Baby 5, having the Bonney here, they work in Yamato as well. I'm just not a fan of it. Now, in any case, they do mesh well with green. But I've been trying to do a list that doesn't have to use both searchers and for it to be consistent. So my variation to Bonney number 2 does not utilize Baby 5. Instead, we just utilize Jewelry Bonney, in which we also go more of a Supernova route. So we drop down both the 2K counters from Baby 5, the Viola. We don't use Rosinante, the 8 cost. Instead, we also go down to 2 Doflamingos. We add in 2 Zoros, and we go ahead and capitalize on the Hody Jones. I wanted to do a build first and show you guys that you can actually do well with Bonney and have a consistent build without relying on Hody Jones or having to use Hody Jones. But I also wanted to show you guys a version 2 that does utilize this guy for the right reasons, because he's very, very strong, but at the same time be consistent. So without the Baby 5 Searcher, we stick around just with the Jewelry Bonney, and every card that she can search out in the deck can be utilized, except for Hody Jones, Doflamingo, and Zorojoro. And of course, your Rosinante. Everything else can be searched out. Now we did add in a 2K counter such as Izo here, so you can pick your poison. I like this card. I think he's really, really good, let alone in this deck. He is just normally a 2K counter, but he can be played down with like Kid if you want to. Just don't do that. But he does allow you to rest blockers if you need to go for game on those opportune moments. He's just normally a 2K. Now, we still do run 12 2K counters here with 8 Scratchmen and then 4 Izo. I still wouldn't cut it down to 8. I think 12 is just really, really good in every Kid variation out there you can come up with in Yamato and Bonney and Uta. I think 12 is that sweet spot. Overall, though, I think this deck is still very consistent. It's quite strong and a little bit more explosive, especially with the Hody Jones. You're not just looking for setup with Kid and going about your day, but you do have the option to do that if you have Kid on board. You're feeling established, you have Kid on board, you have Rosinante down, you have a bunch of counter in hand. You slap down that Zoro body and you just go to work. If you don't have the Zoro, you have the Doflamingo and or the Hody Jones to go for game. I think both variations of the deck work very, very well. And I do hope you guys try out either or. Overall, this has been Pawseplays. Remember to smash the like button, make sure to subscribe for future content when it comes to all things One Piece. And hop in the Discord. Come tell me I suck. It is what it is. I will catch you guys in the very next video. Good luck at your pre-releases that are coming up here this weekend. Stay safe out there. I'll see y'all later.